Hello everyone and welcome to the second in a third part Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at some more figures from the Star Wars Rebels Reveal the Jedi 3-pack. I began giving you a look at this set in my last review with Kanan Jarrus, who is a very cool figure. And in today's review we're going to take a look at this guy, Ezra Bridger. Ezra is in many ways the Ahsoka Tano of the Star Wars Rebels series. He's a brand new character who's been introduced through the show, and at the moment, spoiler alert for those of you that haven't seen Rebels, he is currently the Jedi apprentice of Kanan Jarrus. Very early in the show we discover that Ezra is force sensitive, and Kanan takes it upon himself to train Ezra as a Jedi, which, you know, it's a good plot for the show, but in my opinion I'm not that keen of it, to be honest. It kind of renders Luke Skywalker's story a little bit pointless. You know, Obi-Wan and Yoda spent the vast majority of the original trilogy explaining how Luke was the last hope for the Jedi Order, and then Ezra comes along. So unless at some point in the show he dies, then Luke's story is kind of pointless. I don't know. It's just something about it that I wasn't too keen on, but I'm willing to give it a go and see how the show progresses. So before we take a look at Ezra, we'll just recap the packaging that these figures come in. Once again, we have the very cool Star Wars Rebels packaging design. We've got the logo in the bottom, Toys R Us sticker on the front. This one is currently available at Toys R Us stores in the UK and US. And we also have the Star Wars Rebels Stormtrooper graphic on the side as well. Obviously, we have the mystery figure included in this set as well, and we'll be taking a look at him in my third and final review of this set. So that's the front of the box. On the back we have a very cool shot of the Rebels crew and a bit of a description as well up there. So really nice packaging for this one. Once again, a big thanks goes out to my good friend and fellow YouTuber Ed, also known as The Budget Jedi, who was kind enough to hook me up with this set. And for those of you that would prefer not to shop at Toys R Us, then there's a link down below in the video description where you can head over to my most trusted supplier of all things Star Wars, and that is of course staractionfigures.co.uk, where you can pick this set up at an amazing price. So don't hesitate, pick this one up because it's a very cool set. Right, onto the review of Ezra Bridger. Now, as I said, this is a really cool figure. So far I'm on the fence with the character. I'm not a massive fan just yet, but we'll see how the show progresses. At the time of shooting this particular video, I'm about to watch the episode Breaking Ranks, which from what I've seen of it so far looks like a fantastic episode, and hopefully, you know, I'll warm to Ezra a little bit in that show or in that episode. So as I said, this is indeed Ezra Bridger, and for the most part he's a really cool figure. I think the main thing that I've got wrong with this figure is the fact that he comes with very few accessories. As you can see, the only accessory that he does indeed come with is an Imperial Helmet. In the very early stages of the show, one of Ezra's characteristics is that he's a bit of a thief, a bit of a con artist, and one of his hobbies and interests is indeed to steal helmets of Imperial troopers. Now, we do indeed get one of these helmets with this figure. From what I've seen so far, this is the helmet of a Stormtrooper cadet, although as you can see it is very similar in design to the Ralph McQuarrie Snowtrooper helmet. It's a nice accessory to include. I'm a little bit upset about the paint applications on this one. As you can see, they're a little bit sloppy, and there's even some missing paint apps. As you can see on this side, the mouthpiece continues up the cheek. On this side, it's absent, which is a bit of a shame, you know, that quality control wasn't maintained with this helmet. It's a cool accessory though, and it does fit on Ezra's head reasonably well. It's a bit of a tight fit, but it looks cool. Obviously looks a little bit weird because he's just a kid running around in an Imperial helmet. But looks a bit like a bobblehead. But cool figure nonetheless, and it does add something a little bit different to the figure. As I said in my review of Kanan, the likenesses of these figures is very good. As you can see, Ezra looks a lot like his character from the show, and this is definitely something that I think is one of Hasbro's strengths. You know, they tend to sculpt figures from animated shows and cartoons a lot better than they do from realistic sort of lifelike elements. So Definitely a very cool head sculpt, very accurate to the show. And as you can see, Ezra does indeed have a fairly accurate outfit as well. He's got the comlink on the wrist there, got the orange jumpsuit that he wears throughout the show. Another little hidden Easter egg, you've got some Ralph McQuarrie, Boba Fett concept armour there on the shin and on the knee. And in terms of articulation, Ezra does indeed feature a swivel neck, swivel shoulders, and swivel hips. I believe that he can fit inside the Phantom vehicle that's just been released from the Rebels show. But as I said, my main issue and concern with this figure is the fact that he doesn't feature any additional accessories other than the helmet. Throughout the show, obviously, we've seen Ezra use a backpack, which would have been a really nice accessory to include. He also has the sort of electrified slingshot, and at some point in a future episode he will indeed have his own lightsaber, which strangely enough has been included with some of the Jakks Pacific large-scale figures, but not with this one, which is a shame. The standard carded release of this figure will also not feature a lightsaber or any other additional accessories, so in my opinion the best value for money version of Ezra is indeed in this Jedi 3-pack. So it really does depend on whether you want this guy on his own or whether you want him, with other figures and a bit better value. So yeah, a reasonable figure. As I said, I love the head sculpt, and the likeness of the figure is very, very nice. We've got the printed decal on the back of his jacket as well, but the lack of accessories are a bit of a letdown for this guy, so he does lose a few points in that respect. But a cool figure nonetheless, and when you put him side by side with his new Jedi Master, they do look very, very cool together. So really can't complain too much about this guy. Just would have preferred to have seen a few additional accessories. So I hope you've enjoyed this review on Ezra Bridger from the Star Wars Rebels TV series. Once again, the second figure from the Star Wars Rebels Reveal the Jedi 3-pack. And in my next review, we'll be taking a look at the mystery reveal in this set. So thank you for watching this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.